bear with me right quick because I think it's working. Okay, so we should be going on soon if we haven't started yet.
We are live.
We are live. And since we are live, we are going to start this off the way I wanted to do it, but I'm going to do it like this. Hold on a moment. Hold on, folks. I want to share a video for y'all. And it's a very important video for all of us right now. There's a lot of things that I wanted to do right now, but unfortunately I couldn't because we're still trying to figure out exactly how to work some of the bugs and everything. I'm gonna figure it out. It worked fine before, and then now it just starts acting stupid. In particular, whenever we use our Zoom, it gets mad at us, and I don't know why. But we're gonna but I want to start off with the I'm gonna share. So basically, I'm just gonna have to show everybody. Um, I'm gonna have to just share with everybody what I want to share to y'all. And here's how and this is it. This is that thing. Hopefully y'all see it. Do you see it? Beth, do you see it? How come I do not hear sound? Hold on a second. We're gonna make sure that I'm a little annoyed by the fact that everything's not working the way I wanted to do, but damn it if I don't make sure that this works. So we got to do, so in order to work, I got to use computer sound, correct?
Computer sound,
Where would I find that? In audio?
When you're sharing screen, I believe if you go up there where it says share, the green button at the top, there'll be like a share computer sound up there.
All right, so let's see what we do here.
I'm gonna mute myself so I can hear it and make sure we're coming through.
All righty, so come back here. Share computer. All right, here we go. And basically all you got to hear is just, and you still can't hear anything. Can you? And this is part of the reason why we gotta figure out how to put everything. We're new to all of this, so bear with us. So basically what you're looking at right now is a rally that was held during in 2020, right after George Floyd was murdered. This is right outside our office, probably a block away from where I am right now. This is also at the Middlesex County Courthouse. That particular building is important today because
Daryle, you may want to repeat all that. I'm not.
Oh, you went out on now your sound. Okay, there you.
I was going to say you might want to repeat what you were saying. I'm not sure the audience could hear you over the video sound.
Oh, so the sound. So
the sound was coming through. Yes.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. All right. I didn't know if the sound actually came through on your end. But basically what I had said was this is that was only a block away from where I am right now. It's only a block away from our office, and it is it's the Middlesex courthouse, Middlesex County office. I mean courthouse. And that is where Assata Shakur was tried back in the 70s. and we're talking about her now because we just found out earlier today that she has left us. She's passed away in Havana, Cuba, and she's apparently she has some heart ailments. That's what we were that we're being told. 78 years old. 78 years. And I want to say that she was probably she was on the runs for since 1980 or 81 or something like that. Probably 79. 79, I believe. And that's a lot of time to stay on um liberated from whatever the hell that this state of New Jersey was trying to do to her. And she's able to live her life really in paradise and paradise. When you consider everybody keeps forgetting that Cuba is a beautiful island, and she
She
was
was
able to.
writing and doing poetry, and she was so free. Um, and I mean, just her story, the first woman ever listed as a terrorist on the National FBI Most Wanted list. And she escapes from prison, escapes from the United States government. It's just astounding.
Yeah, and she was really a presence even when she wasn't a presence in this state. And I mean, like I said, it's only where she was tried, where her trial was is only a block away from here. And frankly, I just want to make this clear. I don't think she had killed that that police officer. But no, but now it's neither here nor there. And she and that happened not too far from here either. They're over on the on ramp, I should say, of the New Jersey Turnpike is probably, I would say, a mile and a half away from here. I'm always on it. I'm on it. And, a matter of fact, there's an overpass that's named after the police officer that was killed out there. And but that was where everything had went down. And like I said, there was a lot that was going on after she was able to escape. And I mean, there was it was really the women's building, the women's prison at the time, Eder May Ed the name of the facility is called Edna Mahan. And I've had family members that had visited there, worked there too, but visited there. In fact, one of them actually ended up being thrown in the hole because she was reading her book while she was there. So, but my father used to work there a lot. He was a counselor, and he said that one after she had escaped her, that it was just really just one building. It was really just one building for the prison. After that, it became a whole complex that was like fortified, and that building was ended up just becoming the gym. You know, that's where we went to go visit my family member whenever they were there. And it gives you an idea of how insane everybody was because she was the one that got away, literally. I mean, you think about um the political prisoners that we have over the ones the ones that we talk about the most will probably be um I would say Peltier, who is now free and home. Mumia is unfortunately in still incarcerated, but he's not going to be executed like they wanted to. Um, but he's not in the best of health either. Um, and Ashada, Asada. That's and now we lost her. And she was very, very, very much of a presence. Like I said, even when she wasn't um present here present with us. So I want to send love to her family and to her and those who cared for her. Um I know a lot of people who are angry that she got away with the got away. She's the one that got away. But they're also the same ones that think that Charlie Kirk is a god. So, later. So and we're going to have to deal with that little nonsense as well. Not Charlie Kirk in particular, but the fact that you have these things that are going on where we're just basically going at each other's throats, and basically it's the Nazis that want to keep on and picking these kinds of fights. That's why you see folks from Turning Point pulling stunts like going to HBCUs to pretend that they're trying to debate and ended up getting chased off the campus. Um, for people who really do not like us, they seem to try to spend so much time with us. And it's like they can never leave us alone. They can never leave us alone. And but we'll handle that. We did handle that. I mean, it's been a crazy year. It has been a crazy year when it comes to um the folks that we don't have to deal with anymore, or folks that we're not going to be seeing anymore. And and this is the latest of that. And yeah, like I said, much love to the family. Um and there's going to be more. You're going to see it on Vox. I'm waiting for some folks to actually write the article. I don't want to write the article. I want people who were closer to Assata, and to write about her, and then we will put that on Vox. I might put a little message, noting that she is no longer with us, but for the most part, I'm just gonna wait until after we get something from people that are closer to her. Anything you want to say, Beth?
I was just thinking, something I heard this week. A white man killed another white man, and then the HBCUs get targeted. Like,
Right.
anybody who wants to question whether America is still a racist country, there's the blatant example. And it was, when this happened, I was just reading, the articles about Asada's passing, and doctors were testifying on her behalf that her injuries proved her arms were raised at the time. She could not have shot, this police officer, but she remained in the target of the FBI until her death.
Yeah, I mean, it was really just political at this point when it came to all of that. I mean, we can never really trust the official um report findings when it comes to Black people and the police. We can never really trust it. And it's unfortunate that we have to live like that. But the fact is, um we're not getting any better with that. We're
Not when
really,
we got shell casings with anti-ice written on them in black Sharpie.
especially not with the FBI as they are today. We are not trusting that everything is working in the direction that Trump and Cash Patel wanted to in the first place. I mean, yes, I mean it was so insane. Like when I still haven't said what was the motivation of Charlie Kirk, because I still don't know if if the boyfriend or whatever, I mean, the significant other was trans. Still don't know. Still don't believe it.
And it's just kind of disappeared. The whole we had the shooter who tried to assassinate Trump. Never heard another word about him. Now we have this guy. It's just like suddenly it's not part of the media narrative anymore. It's just so interesting how these shooters are fading away.
I'll be honest with you, I think it's just because so many show up.
Maybe that's it.
I mean, but what I would tell you, what I would just tell everybody, that the one that I really don't like that faded away is the other shooting that happened on the day that Charlie Kirk was killed. They were wounded. It was at another shooting in Colorado, and it was a neo-Nazi. It was a neo-Nazi teenager who killed himself on the scene. Two people were wounded, but no one talks about that. No one talks about that, especially not the right, then because it doesn't work their narrative. And the fact of the matter is, oh yeah, and we also don't talk much about, only reason why we're even talking about the Hortman who was shot in June up in Minnesota is because everybody's using it into as a whatabout, So I mean, I think we need to start being a little bit more responsible when it comes to talking about the cases that we have been seeing in the past couple of years. It's the only way we're going to be able to get on top of all of these things, because the truth of the matter is I didn't like this when it was I started complaining about it around Columbine. It's like we always seem to blame the side that we already don't like, and it's really, you can all basically what I said back then was like you can tell someone's political leanings when you see who they blame for Columbine, because it was just all over the map when it
Mhm.
came to that. And I was just like, you know what? I have become at that point I realized I was being cynical in my old time age. And back then I was 31. So so it's just like even more so now. I mean, I think so I don't trust what they said about this particular this latest killing, especially considering he killed det detainees. He didn't kill any cops.
Mm-mm,
He didn't kill any ICE and members.
mm-mm.
He killed the people that needed to be saved from them.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious as to what's going on. Now on top of that, his brother said that he was never really political.
And I think with so much of this, I mean, we're seeing these shooters and there's not they don't have a real clear political ideology. I mean, it seems like, you know, Charlie Kirk shooter, this shooter, like it's just unclear where they land politically
Yeah, and I don't think anybody cares. That's the problem that really pisses me off. But we gotta care.
because they're going to
We gotta
use
care.
it. I mean, they already are to say, oh, it was the left, it was Antifa, it was they're going to use it to go after their enemies.
Oh, by the way, we're still outlaws, apparently. Um, but you can still donate to One People's Project, The Outlaws, if you want to still help us with all of the nonsense that we're going through. We'll get to that in a bit, but we're we need your blood money. Money. We need your blood money. Yeah, but we're not the only enemies of Trump that is in trouble today, because well, I don't even know if you can even call it trouble, because James Comey looks like she's gonna be fine. It just looks like something that's just an annoyance to him right now, because everybody says that there isn't anything in this case that um Trump's people have put on top of him just so they can go after him because Trump said so. And it's corny, but it's also a concern for the rest of us that he's even pulling this crap.
Yeah, and I feel like that was kind of like the next level fascism, like indicting your political enemies. but also like all these stories are so important. Comey and Jimmy Kimmel and all that. But underneath that too is there's a lot of just ordinary people who are suffering tremendously, like the 1,200 people who are missing from Alligator
Mhm.
Auschwitz. And they're not able to push up through the news cycle to get any attention. Like the detainees who were shot, like we don't know anything about those people who were shot by the shooter. And so the ordinary people who are really suffering under this regime, they're getting lost as we see these famous people who are being targeted, who, like you said, they're going to be okay. Jimmy Kimmel's okay. Um, but we have nobody talking about the 1,200 missing men from Alligator Auschwitz.
We do, but they are not. But it's demonic. Demonic. Listen to me.
And that might be true too, Daryle.
Yeah, yeah. I was trying to say democracy now. They're gonna love that one. Uh, demonic now. Okay, yes. I just.
The Miami Herald did the original reporting, and it was about the 1,200 missing people. And they had talked to Snoops about, their methodology for how they did it. And like it's legitimate reporting. Like there's 1,200 people that can't be located that the United States government kidnapped and took to this alligator concentration camp.
Yeah, I mean, and overall, and overall, it's really. I'm really surprised we allowed ourselves. We allowed this nonsense from going on. We were always on top of it. I think one of the problems that we have as a people is that we took a lot of the things that were going on and our security for granted. And we don't even think of the fact that the Democrats are really just as bad as the Republicans.
Mm.
I mean, the truth of the matter is, even when they had power, when they were in the majority, they didn't do the things that they were supposed to do. They didn't, and that all right there says that if you do trust this system enough, that you're going to hope that it changes with the next election, then you're going to have new people on the Democrat side. I think we brought this up before. Um, new faces next year, primary the hell out of everybody, and get the and especially people who not only want to fight what the fascists out there are trying to do, and making sure that they are never able to do it again. That's our mission. That's what we are supposed to be doing right now. So but actually what we need to be doing right now is making sure that the stuff that we have seen, we got to get into the streets ourselves. We have got to start putting the pressure on them now. Social media, if people love to talk about be on social media, go ahead and do it. But I'll be perfectly honest with you, you got to be out there. That video that I showed you just a minute ago, um, of the rally, um, that made a whole lot of that made that whole summer made the difference. Made the difference.
And Daryle, I know it's not there's the criticisms, I guess, of kind of the liberal organizing, but I think it matters right now. And the next No King rally is October 18th. And if people are interested in getting out in the streets with that, the organizers, I was listening, they were talking on a podcast the other day, and they think they may hit that 3% mark with this protest that has been shown if you can sustain nonviolent protests, over a certain period with 3% of the population, you get change. They are hopeful that they may reach that 3% on October 18th. So that's one way. If you're not plugged in, if you're not involved, that's one day. And looking at the map, it's like there are protests everywhere.
Yeah, and bear in mind they do have opposition coming too, because the one that I there's one in Jersey that where the Proud Boys show up.
Uh-huh. The one
So
I was at here in Kentucky in what was that? Is that was the last one in May? Um
I would think so. I think so, something like that.
We
I
had
can't
people
I can't
driving by with
recall.
Confederate flags, and they were like gunning their truck engines. And I mean, there was a moment when I was like really afraid that they would run over some children. So
Mm.
does need to be people there who can provide some security.
And you also got to bear in mind that they're really feeling their oats now, very much so. Um, I'm trying to find something that I went to um earlier this year, back on Sunday. Back on Sunday. That, by the way, was the day that what was that? That was, I would say that was the day the whatchamacallit of the Charlie Kirk funeral rally. I'm not even gonna call it a funeral.
Mm, I've
A
never been to a
memorial.
funeral where there were fireworks.
Oh, and I was just like, what the hell are you guys doing? I was like, you got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Well, what happened in Jersey? What happened in Jersey? I went to a place called Tom's River. Tom's River. Tom's River had a kind of like caravan, so to speak, where they had on that day, and I'm going to share this one. And since apparently I guess you hear the video, but and that's cool with me. I hope it's working. And make sure that we got the sound before it starts. Okay, share the sound. Yes, it is. Okay, I mean it's basically just them march doing all the silliness. This is South Jersey. This is all for Charlie Kirk and all of this. That car with all the flags, that was a Proud Boy.
Ew.
And the pseudo bikers take up the rear. But that's what we had.
Do they have some kind of memorial service for him in Jersey, Daryl?
They have, I mean, the one that I went to in my hometown, they had the vigil like a couple of days after he had died, and it was basically I think I told people this. I wrote this in the article a little bit. It was put together by the local Christian nationalist, but it was emceed by I guess you can call him pastor who often runs for office, and he has this kind of like, supposedly, not anymore. He had this um storefront church somewhere. He sold his house, $1 million house, to his church that he runs so he can live in his house tax free. People were pissed. And he was the guy that was emceeing the Charlie Kirk thing in
Mm.
so yeah, I mean, everybody, listen, to be real, everybody, no one seems to get this. If you're down with Charlie Kirk, you're shady. You are shady. There's nothing good about you. None.
Have you
Nothing.
seen all these connections that have come out this week? Like his dad was the architect who designed Trump Towers, and his wife won the pageants that Trump owned. Like he had all these pre turning point connections to Donald Trump.
Oh no, no. Yeah, I mean, it's how should I don't want to it's insensuous,
Yeah.
incestuous. Ah, me and this damn stroke. But I was like, but it's like I look at that rally that they had on Sunday. I mean, I'm talking about down in for him, like you said, with the fireworks and everything. And you had two people that were speaking. That's Jack Posobiec and Steve Miller. You had two people that had worked with or were friends with Richard Spencer in the past. I mean, you that's all you really need to see when it comes to all of the accolades when it comes to Charlie Kirk. And they don't want to be called Nazis. Meanwhile, I posted a video on TikTok showing him greeting a German a German that decided to speak to him at one of these college things. He said to him, Deutschland über alles. He said it to him. Someone from Germany. And I'm sitting there going, you're making this too easy. But then again, the fact of the matter is everybody on the Charlie Kirk side is really just gaslighting everybody. Don't want to deal with the fact that y'all dirt. Y'all dirt. And he was dirt. And the fact that Charlie Kirk, I mean not Charlie Kirk, but Jimmy Kimmel had to go through hell because and yet I should say he caught hell for what it is he said. By the way, he's going back. Sinclair is bringing him back tonight. It's curious how nothing happens to him, nothing happens to Fox people, Fox anchors and reporters like Brian Kilmeade, who suggested that the homeless should be killed and euthanized. And what's his name? Jesse Waters, um, a couple of days ago starts talking about how we should bomb the UN. They don't get away, they don't, nothing happens to them. We're the ones that have to be above it. We are above it. We always have been. But people who aren't about it, who are not toning down the rhetoric themselves, telling us no.
And these calls, that the left is causing this violence by calling us Nazis and by saying we're putting people in the gulag, and the left is causing it with the way they're talking about us. Trump called the press the enemy of the state, like over and over and over. Press people were having to worry they were going to get shot. I mean, the language, the violent language. Nobody on the left suggested bombing the UN over an escalator malfunction. The hypocrisy of that is just mind-boggling.
Did you hear that speech that he gave?
I read excerpts.
I was driving and decided to turn it on while it was live. And I thought he was, when he started doing the thing about the teleprompter, that was in the beginning. So I thought he was starting out with a joke. And everybody else was laughing too. But then he stayed on it and then brought the escalator into it. And I'm sitting there going, I forgot that he's out of his fucking mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. and I sat there and listened, and that was a long trip I had. I had to change and go to something about Peacemaker. Some people talking about, it's a comic book, y'all, for those who don't know. By the way, if we gotta go. We gotta go soon. But there are some things that I gotta show you, because speaking of fascists,
I wanted to say real fast, Daryle, somebody in the comments is saying, and I didn't know this, the teleprompter was run by the White House. They did it to themselves.
yes,
I did not know that.
And I hate the fact that I can't see the whatchamacallit, but oh boy. But I forgot the point. I want to show these because for some reason there are 3 anti-Nazi movies coming out.
Yes.
And I'm talking about World War II. and the historical. One is about Nuremberg. I hope I said that right. And it stars. Well, I'm gonna let you look at the. I'm gonna look at the whatchamacallit, the trailers in a minute. But there's also another one. I forgot this woman's name, but because I never heard of her before. But she was like a spy for the British, and but they're gonna say her name in the trailer. I looked trailer and I looked her up. She survived the World War II, but ended up being stabbed to death by an ex-boyfriend. And so it sucks. But let me find that because I definitely want people to see this. Before we get out of here. And while I'm doing this, I just want to remind people, and I want to thank everybody for who have been helping us out with the latest situation with money. We still are going to need help with people from people who who can definitely help us out with donations and stuff. I mean, and please consider being a regular donor, so we can basically make sure that we are not in this nonsense again. We're going to be putting together more events as One People's Project, so keep an eye out for that. And also you can just look for the GoFundMe for One People's Project. We'll have links to that on the playback for this particular show, and you can go to onepeoplesproject.com/donate if you want to help with that, help that way. And you could also subscribe here at Substack. And somebody apparently we got a new subscriber apparently. Because I saw it went up a little bit today. So all right, but in any case, let me this one is the movie that I was talking about, the woman who is about the woman who was the spy. Her this is called the Partisan. Oh boy. It's a punk band too, and I can't say the word. The Partisan. So this is what the movie about that.
Who are you?
No one important.
Christina Scarback. Impulsive, irresponsible men. Lots of them.
Completed 13 successful missions. That's lots of them too.
You'll be dropped into France. It'll be the biggest weapons landing behind enemy lines that's ever been undertaken. It's your job to be our safety net. And who are you?
You're not from these parts.
You're an imposter.
Who are those men?
Resistance fighters. This is my land. You no idea how it feels to watch it wash away with your people's blood.
Who are you?
The fraud. Pretending you care about their cause.
What do I care about?
There's three. You know, you're lying to yourself if you think this is really you.
The hardest lie to recognize is the one you tell yourself.
Save us all before it's too late. We're coming out of the shadows to end it like soldiers!
You trust the British?
I'm learning not to trust anybody.
You know this is all a game. And you still want to play it.
Ray was a lion, aren't you, girl?
I don't know when that movie's coming out, but I definitely want to check it out as when it does.
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah, that woman, it sounds like she's a badass. And this next movie is called Nuremberg. And it stars Rami Malek, who played uh Freddie Mercury in the Queen movie. And Russell Crowe is playing a Nazi again. For those who know his first movie, which was Romper Stomper. Uh, he, hey, he plays a good Nazi. He's not a Nazi, but he plays a good Nazi. So that's what so
Before you
let's
start that trailer, I just want to say goodbye to everybody. I'm gonna have to pop off and get to soccer practice, but I will watch the trailers. They look incredible. Thanks to all the viewers who joined our show. Please subscribe. I'll see y'all next week.
All right, and remember, we're coming back at 6 o'clock next week. We're gonna end with this trailer, and then I'll check y'all later on. Peace, y'all.
Dr. Kelly, can you tell me what I'm doing here?
I couldn't say, Doc. I'm just a translator.
Translator for what?
We'll see.
You are standing inside a secret military prison. It currently houses what's left of the Nazi high command.
Sir, I'm a good psychiatrist, but this might be a little bit beyond my area of expertise.
I'm gonna put Hermann Goering on trial. He's the face of the Nazis now. As he falls, so do they all.
Evil's tried to outwit me, but no man has ever beaten me. Why not just shoot them?
I'm not gonna make them martyrs. There will be no statues of them.
Sein stark für Deutschland!
This war ends in a courtroom.
The world needs to know what these men did.
So that it can never happen again.
All right, y'all. That's it. I'll be talking with y'all later on. Until the next time, I want to say peace out. Thank you for coming and joining us today. And yeah, next week, 6 o'clock. Hopefully we'll be working the way I want to work. But we'll figure it all out as the week goes on. So, and once again, rest in power, Assata, Shakur. Take care, y'all. Peace.